Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Whoa, what's this? That's bad news from Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo. What? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time we're reaching you today. A very warm, big thank you to every one of you for your support. We truly, really appreciate you. God bless you. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and to subscribe if this is your first time. Nigerians, we are hearing that. Did you hear the caption? That's bad news from the vice president of the country. Well, guys, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, a man of high intellectual capability. That's why he's a professor. You don't become a professor by waking up from the left or right side of your bed and all of a sudden you are a professor. Professor Yemi Osinbajo is not only a professor, he's also a pastor. He's not only a pastor, but somebody who Nigerians love, well-meaning, and that's why in 2014, thereabouts, when the whole plan for APC the merger was coming up. The person of Tinubu who had a big stake in the party came together and put his party together with Buhari and other parties coming together, looked at it and said, well, the person that would be good as your vice president, that will make it irresistible to Nigerians, this is a good candidate. Reading out the resume of Professor Yemi Osinbajo, a Christian in one of the big churches in Nigeria, a professor, someone of high intellect, a businessman, someone who is doing very well, somebody from the South. In fact, it was the boxes were all ticked and it was a win-win situation. Nigerians were like, okay, we have a team, but guess what? Right now, that team, as you can see, it's going nowhere because APC, as I can say to you, I can't see the difference between APC and PDP. Anyway, let's carry on with the news and get all the details. That's bad news from Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. If you have tears, prepare to share them now. That is not original to me. The original author was Mark Antony in Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616. Play Julius Caesar, but the greatest British writer poet has provided the most appropriate open statement in response to announcement by the Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo. What we have in Nigeria right now is not a case of the blind leading the blind. If it was so, that situation can be easily corrected. Our situation would have been a finished material for a great comedy if it does not pretend great tragedy unfolding. What we are experiencing is a puzzling case of the blind attempting to lead not only the blind people like them, but clear eyes individuals as well. The vice president might be a brilliant lawyer, but he is an fantastic economics. His first 4 years as the leader of the Economic Management Team, EMT, led Nigerians to the brink of total economic catastrophe at the sooner he stepped aside and better for everyone. Promise like piece cake were made to the broker. Jonathan Swift, 1667 to 1745. The Buhari administration has broken every promise made with its annual budget and economic recovery and growth plan. Shamelessly, nobody in the government has demonstrated the democracy of showing remorse for each tragedy mixed and plan not fulfilled. They go on and release another wolf out of content for fellow Nigerians, and nobody's apologetic about it. Nigerians need to be reminded that when Osinbajo EMT announced the first budget 2016, it was the first insight we received that our economic was in serious trouble because EMT compares of cheap propagandas who were promising more than they could ever deliver. Yes, it was clear. They pledged 3.0% gross democratic product GDP growth in 2016. We ended with 1.4%. percent. And in recently, we really real economics, unlike the other voodoo economics, has predicted what has made the country even go much more deeper into what we are seeing today. Nigeria is in a deep mess, and the vice president of the country has said, unless we get out by some miracles, we are going nowhere in this country. Professor Yemi Osinbajo led Nigerians when Buhari was in hospital in a foreign country and things turned around. If this man is given an opportunity, he knows what will work for Nigeria. But right now, he's not being given the opportunity. His mouth is seriously being shut by this administration, and nobody is paying attention to the books. Borrowing is deepening Nigeria into more debt and recession by the day. The vice president of the country is not saying anything tangible as to how we can recover, yet allowing the presidency to continue in the same line and speaking nothing. This is bad news for Nigerians. Well, Nigerians, this is what we are hearing right now at the moment. Professor Yemi Osinbajo, a man of high intellect that could help Nigeria move forward, but apparently not given the opportunity to do so. As these people continue to do their own bit, they, keep ignoring Yemi Osinbajo and doing the things the way they want. Yemi Osinbajo as well has not spoken to Nigerians, telling them exactly how the society, how we can recover, and what is really going on in government. He's just been quiet as well, moving along with the train. This was the man who, led Nigerians when Buhari was, hospitalized. I mean, ear problem now. Ear problem now. We don't have any ear doctor in this country. No good doctor at all. So you had to go to the UK for treatment. UK. So when Buhari left, Osinbajo, started with the economy, and guess what? Things began to change. Yes, things. I mean, for the first time in a long time, our naira actually appreciated. And for the first time in a long time, my Nigerians were like, "Wow!" The praise of Osinbajo began to go up the roof. And guess what? Some politicians and Northerners were very angry and began to, if they could do a miracle in Buhari's body to recover, because they could see a taking over system gradually being implemented by people's acceptance. And as soon as you could say Jack Robinson, they quickly brought Buhari back, whether it was well or not well. They quickly brought Buhari back into the scene to say, this guy wants to overtake. So that's what's happening. Yemi Osinbajo, they gave us a lot of budget, high figures and all that. But guess what? Going nowhere yet. Here we are today, and things have not improved or even moved forward or move further. Nigerians are expecting him to stand by them and to do right by them. He has not really spoken to say this is what is happening in Nigeria. This is what we should do. This is the next tool. This is the next line of actions, and everybody's quite skeptical. Is this the same person we voted into power in 2016? Nigerians, what do you think? Buhari, Osinbajo, we don't get it. Leave a comment. God bless you. Bye for now.